Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Crystal from the Crafty Crystal Store, where we like to inspire, teach, and be creative. Some of you that follow my Facebook page or YouTube notice that we are introducing a new wooden gnome. So this gnome is neat for Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day, or however you want to dress him up or paint him. So we're going to try to do a video tutorial doing this. So if you follow me on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe, okay? If you hit the bell, you will get notifications for new DIY videos. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to use two different methods. We're going to use some acrylic paint. We're going to use lots of different decorative napkins, okay? So you could use your Christmas napkins and make a Christmas gnome if you wanted to. We're going to use some different Valentine's Day ribbons. We're going to use sponge brushes and regular paint brushes. And lots of Mod Podge. So the Mod Podge we're going to use for the decoupage, which is basically transferring decorative napkins onto wood. Okay, so same process that we used when we transferred picture onto wood. If anybody's seen that video a couple months back. So we're going to get started here, guys. I have no clue how long this is going to take. This is the first time that I'm decorating this guy today. Like I said, everything that I do on videos is always for a first time. So there will be mistakes and stuff like that, okay? So the first thing I want to do is paint certain areas of my gnome white. So I'm going to paint his beard white. I'm going to paint his hands white. And again, I'm just using acrylic paint. Okay, so we're going to do his hands and his beard. So we're just going to do a quick paint job here. We're going to take our sponge brush, a little bit of paint. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, just a quick brush on. Who here that has logged on likes gnomes? I know some people have them around the house year long. I've recently just gotten into them over Christmas time. So I'm going to paint around his beard here, just because you will see the bottom of his beard. I'm not worried about the back of his beard or the top because it will be covered. Okay, so I want his beard and his hands. His hands are these little guys here. So we will be posting a virtual event for this kit where we'll host the event through Zoom. And then we'll also be offering take-home kits. So for your take-home kit, you'll receive all the supplies to do him. He can come pre-assembled or not, that's up to you. If I pre-assemble him, I use my nail gun to put him together. And if I don't pre-assemble him, I leave it up to you as to how you want to put him together. Okay, you could use wood glue or whatnot. You could probably use a hot glue gun. And then we'll also be offering DIY kits as well. So that will be posted later on tonight for anybody that's interested. I know when I had put this up earlier, there were a few people interested in the St. Patrick's Day gnome. Now, the one that I'm going to be posting is going to be the Valentine's Day gnome for now. The stores do not have any of the St. Patrick's Day decorative napkins out yet, but as soon as those are out, then I will be posting that as well. Okay, so you have your beard, your hands. So I'm just going to set this here quickly because what I want to do is the beard and the top brim of his hat, everybody can see that, fit together, okay? So my intention is to decoupage decorative napkin on the hat as well as the brim, but then paint the lower half of the body a pinkish color. So I want to make sure that I draw on my line so that I know where I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I want to mix a pink, a darker pink paint. So I'm just going to add a little bit of red, a little bit of white. And I can use the same sponge brush. I'm just going to mix it up. And I think I want a little bit lighter than that. Okay, so we have a darker pink color there, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to paint his body that lighter pink. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to put the decorative napkin on the top part. And I'm not going to worry about painting the sides on this yet. And another thing I want to do is I want to paint his shoes white as well, or his little feet. So I'll do that quickly. Guys, I was just painting behind my checkout desk at the new store, as well as some pegboard area in front of the till to hang merchandise. And I have been painting, it feels like, for weeks because the paint is so dark in that area that it is taking a good 5 coats. So every time I come to the store and do another coat, I always tell myself, I am never going to paint again. So what do? I take a break, jump on and do a live feed through Facebook and painting again. So anybody that knows me knows that I do not like to paint when it comes to painting walls and stuff. But when it comes to crafting, let me tell you, if I get an idea in my head, I have to do it. So this particular craft was introduced because our craft club was going to do a bunch of Valentine's Day crafts, and this was one of them. find when you're painting the edges of pine, even though you sanded it down, you have to kind of sponge it in sometimes because it doesn't like to soak up. So we got that. Okay, and the last thing we're gonna do is, what I did was I took a foam ball, I cut it in half with my scissors because I didn't have any of those wooden half balls, and I wanted to use it for his nose, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the antique white, you can use a tan color, whatever you want. And we're just gonna brush that onto his nose, okay? I know foam takes quite a while to dry sometimes. We are gonna speed it up with the blow dryer. You could also use an old sock and stuff it with some stuffing to make the nose. Okay, we're still unpacking here at the store, so I have my craft stuff everywhere. So we're kind of making do with what we could find. Okay, so I'm going to take my blow dryer for a quick second. I'm going to dry the areas that I've painted. So Tamara Dale says that I make it look so easy, but let me tell you guys, I'm winging it, okay? Whatever I'm doing right now is the first time I've done it, so we're just going with it. We're gonna see how it turns out. I don't even care about that mark that I just made there because we're gonna cover it up, okay? So the next part is we're gonna do our hat with one of the decorative paper or napkins that I have, okay? So I picked all these up a few weeks ago when they hit shelves, okay? I think it was Dollar Store, Dollarama. What I decided to do is I'm going to use this dark hearted one for the hat, okay? See, and I didn't even notice, once you open it up, sometimes you have different designs as well, right? So, if anybody's seen my video, I guess it was a few months back now, we decoupaged shoes, okay? So all it is Mod Podge and decorative napkins, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a clean sponge brush, we're gonna dip it into our Mod Podge. I'm gonna put a good coat over top of the area that I want covered. And Mod Podge is just white glue, guys. So if you have kids' white glue, like the Elmer's or whatever at home, you can use that as well. You can Mod Podge just about anything. Okay, so I put on a little thin coat of Mod Podge on there. I just want the darker area of this napkin. And as you can see, it's got 1 out of 4 squares on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut that 1 square out. Then we're gonna grab another napkin and cut the same square out on that one as well. Okay, so I wanna see how much area this covers first. So it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So we're gonna do that. We might even be able to get away with just using one. Let's see here, I don't think we can. So we're gonna cut another one open. And we want to cut that other dark one off. And you're probably going to want to reapply some glue because it dries pretty quick, okay? So put some glue just on the area that you didn't cover. I'm not too worried if it overlaps. Has anybody ever tried this at home before? I'm sticking a little piece there because I noticed there's a little hole. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your Mod Podge. You're going to rub it on evenly, okay? You got to be very careful that your napkin does not rip. One thing I notice when you do this is it likes to crinkle underneath, okay? And napkins like to bunch up, so try to get it as flat as you can. I know it's hard to see where our edges are right now. You can take your finger and kind of run your finger over top of it. See how it's kind of lifting there? So you want to push it down flat. And it does rip, guys, so be very careful. You also have multiple layers, as you can see. See how this one's lifting? There's multiple layers on these napkins too. So what I would do there is cover it up again. Grab another piece of your napkin. And peel back, okay? Be a lot easier to do one layer as opposed to two like I just did. So you see how there's two layers still on that one? Pull that off, okay? Oh, that sounds like a neat idea, Tamara. And what did you use the little squares for? Were they like ornaments or? So guys, when you're doing this, put lots of Mod Podge on. I know it looks really white right now, but it does dry clear. And again, take your finger, run your finger over it to smooth it out. You can kind of see the outline of the hat there. And if part of it lifts up like mine did right there on the end, just peel it off and reapply, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna get my blow dryer out again. I'm gonna dry this up quickly and see where we need to stick it down more, okay? Okay guys, so now your next step is you want to take all the excess off, okay? So right now it looks like a big blob, right? You're going to pinch off all that excess stuff, okay? So if you have an X-Acto knife, you could use that. I'm going to use my nails right now because I have no clue where my X-Acto knife is, okay? I think I will clean this up a bit better once I'm able to find my X-Acto knife. But you can go ahead, rip that off a bit. And guys, just be careful because see where my edge is coming up there? Well, we will have to reapply that. Tamara, I would love to see that chest that you decoupaged sometime. Sounds really neat. Okay, so what we're gonna do when we do our next transfer of decorative napkin is we're gonna peel off the second layer that we didn't peel off the first time, okay? So if you have a little area that peeled up, put some more Mod Podge. Put a tiny little piece. It doesn't really matter with this pattern. It doesn't have to really join together, okay? You can kind of stick it wherever you want. I'm not too worried about that. Okay. So you put down your little pieces that lifted up. Put a little bit of Mod Podge over top again to seal it down. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a minute. We're going to move on to our other piece here. So this is the brim of the hat that's going to fit right above the beard, okay? So what we're going to do with this is we're going to use another napkin. So I thought I would use the lighter pink. And this one is just a solid napkin all the way through. This napkin also has 2 layers, okay? They're very, very thin. So if you can peel that apart, peel it apart. Okay, I promise guys, this gets faster as you do it a few times, okay? I haven't done it in such a while that I had forgotten that we should have peeled off that second layer as well. But that's okay. So you're going to stick that down. And stick down the other piece. You're going to cover it again with Mod Podge, okay? This Mod Podge is the same color, obviously, as my white paint. And the tissue paper is so light that I keep thinking that I'm dipping it inside my white paint. So just keep an eye on that, guys, because you can't really tell with the lighting. Okay, so I just want to make sure, because I can't, when you look at this, it looks purely white, doesn't it? You can't really see the pink. So I want to make sure that it's nice and flat before I take that blow dryer to it. Hopefully it dries nice and clear and overtakes that whiteness. So we're going to get the blow dryer out again. So guys, if you look at the brim of the hat, it still appears to be white. But I promise you, it is Mod Podge. So I think what we will do there, see, I don't want it to be the same color as his beard. Can you guys tell that that's pink and that's white? Let me know how it looks on your end, okay? I can see a bit of pink on my end, but I'm not sold on it. I think what we're gonna try is, let's do the dark pink here, see if it makes a difference. It looks white on your end as well, eh, Sandra? So that tissue paper is so light you can almost see right through it, guys. So let's do that again real quick. We're gonna put a light coat of Mod Podge. Yeah, Tamara, last time I tried with the 2 layers, as soon as you put the Mod Podge on top, it starts to peel up. So we're gonna try a darker napkin. We'll try the dark pink. And maybe what we'll do this time is, because we have so much Mod Podge on there, let's try just blow drying it without adding more. So that definitely looks pink. So now let's see if it will actually rip apart. I'm always scared that the top layer is going to come off if we don't Mod Podge the top. But we'll try to take it off as best we can. This definitely looks more pink though, right? Guys, make sure if you're doing this, you have some sort of tablecloth down that you don't mind getting dirty, or some craft paper, okay? Because it does, as you can see my hands, once you start peeling off the tissue paper, your hands get covered in glue. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna touch all this up later because I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have to. But all you're gonna do, for example, when you look at the top of him, see how you still see the wood? I would probably go back and paint him pink. Actually, I think we're gonna do that real quick. So it doesn't even have to be perfect, but I'm just going to do this real quick so it kind of blends in. I don't want to try painting this once it's nailed down because it's going to be a pain in the butt. Does that look better, Linda? What's everybody doing to keep busy during the lockdown? I know Linda just retired, so she's probably enjoying her retirement. You stole your daughter's Cricut, Tamara. I don't know whether to be happy for you or sad for your daughter. Does she use her Cricut? Okay, so guys, this is looking better already, okay? So what we're gonna do is I brought my nail gun because I didn't want to glue him together. I wanted this to kind of go fast. I'm scared if I try to glue him together fully that he is not going to stick together, okay? So we're going to do it this way. I know you're going to see the little nails, but that's okay, okay? Anybody that wants a gnome for a kit put together, I'm going to nail gun him together, okay? If you do not want him nailed together, then you can glue him together at home. So what I use my Roby nail gun, okay? He's loud, I apologize. And I use 1 1/4 inch nails. They're just Bradley nails. So what I can do for him is I can put his beard on upside down, okay? And again, let's say hopefully my nail gun's not dead because I know I grabbed a new battery. Of course, he's not going to work, guys. I guess I should have tested him out before we started. So we are going to glue this guy together, okay? Note to self, guys, always check your battery packs before you start crafting. Okay, battery died while I was waiting. So now we have a new glue gun plugged in. I got this new glue gun for Christmas. It's another Roby, okay? It's a cordless glue gun. It's awesome. But I grabbed a battery that didn't have a lot of life, so now we can't use it. Yeah, Tamara, if you could sing, that would be perfect. Okay, so we gotta wait for this little guy to warm up, okay? So while we're waiting for him to warm up, we are going to put a little bit of decorative napkin on the bottom of his foot, or on his heel, I should say. Guys, I promise I'm going to be more organized once everything is unpacked. Okay, so we got that and that. For the heart, I was going to use this decorative napkin. Oh, trust me, Tamara, I know. But that's the thing about Facebook Live, is people jump on for a minute or two, then they leave and they come back again, and that's okay. These videos are strictly for people that are interested, right? I know when somebody pops on Facebook Live when I'm on Facebook, you know, I'll check in on them a few times and then I log out and then I go back because I'm curious what it turned out like, right? This is a long Facebook Live. I was hoping this would be a half an hour max. So guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this guy on. Not sure how well he's gonna stick, but we're gonna try. And then we're going to stick a little bit of glue behind this. You got to be very careful when you're putting this together, okay, because they are cut perfectly, okay? So put a little bit of glue or whatnot on the back, or again, it will come pre-assembled. And kind of wiggle it around until it fits, okay? So we have that together. I'm going to turn my blow dryer on for a quick second. Yes, we are so excited about our new space. We can't wait to show everybody. Every time I do something here or decorate or paint or whatever. I can't wait to show everybody. But I'm trying to hold off not to show you guys too much because I want you to see it in person, right? So as most of you know, we were supposed to open up this coming weekend on Saturday. That's obviously not going to happen with the lockdown. However, we still are here, okay? My hours are a bit different because I still have the kids at home, obviously. But I will be working and I will be doing curbside pickup for orders or whatnot or online shopping. Okay. So we still are here full time. We're just not allowed to invite anybody into the store yet. Okay guys, so we have his beard glued on. We have his hat. We have that. His nose I would like a little bit darker, but we're just gonna go with that for now. How cute is he looking so far, guys? Can you see him? How does that look so far? Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna glue on my heart first. Okay, I kind of want him on the center with the tip of the beard. Tamara, these will come unstained so that you can decorate them however you want. Okay, it's very difficult to stain things that have so many grooves and stuff in them. Okay, his nose is stuck down. Trying to figure out what to do with this little heart, guys. I'm gonna put him up on the hat, but do you think we should do him just a solid color or do the same color as the candy heart? What do you guys all think? The candy heart. Oh yeah, Tamara, the ladder shelves, I was gonna stain them originally the same color that we did our custom tables, which is the dark walnut. However, I am so sick of staining stuff. Right, like these tables took forever to stain. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they take so much time. So at some point or another, I will stain the ladder shelves. But I don't think I'm going to get around to that this week because I don't want to look at any more stain. Okay, so these are his little hands, guys. So I want him to kind of look like he's holding the heart. So I'm going to stick a little bit of glue on the back. Some more glue there. I'm going to put one a little bit lower than the other. Okay, so he's looking really cute so far. And we are almost done. So we're going to decoupage. I can't even say the word. This tiny little heart. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on there. Grab another piece of this. I'm not even going to take the second layer off. I'm going to put a tiny bit of Mod Podge on top. And we're just going to pull the excess napkin from around this tiny little heart. And we're going to glue this heart onto his hat. And we're going to put a tiny little bow on top of that small heart that I just glued on. So guys, all I'm doing is pinching a tiny little bow with two little pieces. I'm going to try to tie this around. If you have twine or little wire, you can use that. It would work a lot easier. You could even use a little elastic. Like I said, I'm working with what I have here. So I'm going to cut it on an angle. There we go, guys. We have this tiny little bow, okay? We're going to stick on his hat. Okay, and if you wanted to get a little decorative, what I did was I just cut a little corner on my sponge brush, if you can see that. If you have any leftover paint, you can just add